Hello, everyone. How are you guys doing today? We are going to go live here. Well, we are live actually. So, hey, welcome to the Judy Stallings show. Judy, are you there with us? Please show your beautiful face. We would love to all say hello to you guys. So, first things first, we are going to go behind the scenes today, a bit of a deeper look here. And really get to know Judy Stallings. I mean, she is our first ever super affiliate in our company, My Daily Choice. And super excited to hear from her because I know we all have some questions about where'd she come from? How did you get involved in network marketing? How did this happen? Like, we want to know all about Judy. So, Judy, if you're there, please say hello and show your face. I don't know if I can do it on my end, but if you can do it on your end, then that would be awesome. So you are unmuted, so maybe we can at least hear you.
Okay, I'm here, and I try to start my video, and it says that you have to allow it.
Let me make you the host. Make you a co-host. Let's see. Now, do you have the ability to do that?
Okay, let me give it a shot.
All right. Here we go. All right, we got it. I love when technology listens to me. Perfect. Well, thank you, Judy, for hopping on here today. I know you're super busy because you're a super affiliate and we have no choice but to be busy. You guys, we're both in Las Vegas. We actually got to go to lunch the other day and just got to kind of sit down, have a heart-to-heart and just mastermind and all that good stuff. And I'm like, Judy, tell me more about you. And I was like, we've known each other for 14 years and I don't know much about your past or what struggles and that you've overcome and you know, your life story and that kind of thing. So you started sharing some of it with me and I was inspired because you were not the kind of person that was just gifted anything in life. You've been the kind of person that's really just hustled your way through every challenge. And I think that's totally inspiring for everybody. And I said, hey, I think everybody wants to know you, not just me. So let's get this on live and get this going. So without further ado, those of you guys who don't know Judy Stallings, she is the #1 ranked person in, I mean, we have a couple now actually, but she has been the trailblazer for that rank and really has led the way. She joined us last June, right as HempWorks was just getting started and really kind of created the massive momentum that we have today. So Judy and I met in 2014 in another company at a company convention actually, and this was around the same time that I was just now meeting Josh, and we went our separate ways and then sort of reunited randomly one day. I was actually at Jackie's house, which is Judy's sister, and Judy walks through the door and she's like, what are you selling? And I'm like, I'm not really selling anything, but I'll tell you about this awesome product we have. And the first thing she said is, can I give it to my dog? And that's kind of how she got involved through the whole the pet line that we had launched. So without further ado, you guys, I would love to introduce you. I'm sure you know her already, but let me introduce you to our super affiliate, Miss Judy Stallings. Judy, thank you for being here today. And I would just like to know, what is your quick story and how did you even find your way into this crazy industry to begin with? I'm just going to turn it over to you. So I want to just sit back, listen, take notes, and take it all in. So take it away, Judy.
Okay, well, first of all, thank you so much, Jenna, for inviting me to do this. I'm a little bit nervous simply because I don't like to talk about myself that much. But it's like you said, I didn't come from a life of privilege. I'm not going to say that I'm a rags to riches story because that's not the case. I did grow up with 3 sisters, mom and dad. My dad was a truck driver and my mom was a stay-at-home mom, which back in the 60s, it wasn't like it is right now. Most of the time, the father was the breadwinner, and there were some women working, but most men didn't want their women to be working. They wanted them staying home and raising the children. So my dad, he had other obligations other than us, his family, because he did have family besides us. So it was really difficult financially with just his income to, I'm not going to say that we scraped or anything. We were fed well. We had a roof over our heads, and we had the basic necessities of the things that we needed. but it's not like we were spoon-fed or given things. I didn't get a car when I turned 16. You know, I don't come from a life of privilege, but at the same time, I do feel like because I experienced not having everything handed to me, I feel that it helped me to become the person that I am, very independent and just a go-getter that's, you know, doesn't want anybody to do, you know, the things for me. Like, you know, I sometimes joke about, I don't need a man to do everything for me because I'm going to do it myself. But, you know, I remember the first house I remember living in was an old house that was kind of falling down. And I remember when Mom and Dad said that we were going to get a new house, and we tore that house down, and they brought in a brand spanking new, I think it was a 14 by 60 single wide mobile home. But to us, that was like a castle. And I remember getting to just open the door and look in it, and we were so excited because here we're getting a brand new house. And to us, that was like a castle. And just, we had so much love in our family, and we're all still super, super duper close. And I do feel like just the struggles that you go through growing up, and just the fact that you do have to learn to do things for yourself and not have things given to you. I think that more people need to experience that, because these days it seems like children these days are just given so much. So when they end up out in the world on their own, they really don't have any experience in knowing how to earn it. So my life was by far not a bad life. It was a great life. We had love. We just didn't have a whole lot of money. So it's not like I got everything that I wanted. But at the same time, I totally appreciated everything that I did have. So that was basically my childhood upbringing.
So tell us a little bit how you kind of, like your early adult life, like what kind of jobs were you working? What, you know, for me, I was always in sales gigs. I was always on telemarketing calls. I was in the mall trying to sling cell phones at people and that kind of thing. That was my background. Then I got into insurance. What was your background, and how did that kind of lead you into the whole network marketing world, which is completely different?
Absolutely, completely different. Well, I started out, I went to college for a year and a half, and that was in Kentucky. And I left college not because I didn't like it or anything. It was just something stupid. It was dumb. It was drama over a boy. And so I left college, and I moved to North Carolina with my older sister, Jackie. And we lived in an apartment with no heat. I mean, we scraped. We had friends that actually brought us the little 50-cent, you could get the 2 for 50-cent McDonald's burgers back then. They would bring us food. And I started out working part-time at an insurance agency at that time. And I guess that I impressed the boss enough that he asked me to come on full-time, and I worked for him for 10 years in insurance. I mean, I learned all the ropes. I was his office manager, but I learned the ropes and got my license. But, you know, that wasn't really for me. He sold his agency and didn't love, you know, what happened after that. And at the age of 29, I enlisted in the Army. So a lot of the reason I did that was I was working 3 jobs at some times during that time, trying to make ends meet. A lot of people don't realize this, but I was married at one point, and bless his heart, my husband, he had some issues. I don't know why I've not thought about him in years, but he had some issues, and it was really hard for him to cope and hold down a decent job. And as much as he tried, it was just really, really hard for him. So I worked extra. I worked 2 jobs during tax season. There was a time that I was working 3 jobs just to basically support us. And when I was working part-time at a Coast Guard Chiefs Club, and the guys there, I was a bartender, and I had really great relationships with all these Coast Guard guys, and I just love the camaraderie. And I overheard one of the guys talking to my brother-in-law, they were talking about the Army, and he said, you know, yeah, they take you to your 34. And I perked right up. I was like, wait a second. Because the Coast Guard, I think they cut you off at 28. I was like, wait a second. You mean I can still join the Army? And he was like, yeah, you can join the Army. And I was in the recruiter's office. That was a Saturday night, I think. And I was in the recruiter's office on Monday. And I was enlisted in the U.S. Army. And I just felt that joining the military is going to give me a way to get out of this town and this dead end job and jobs that I'm working, and maybe give me a better future. And even though when I went into the military, the income wasn't super great for a private first class. I think I was able to enlist as a private first class, but it was better than what I was, you know, earning. And it was something new and exciting. And I mean, I absolutely loved my 5 years in the Army. And it, you know, it taught me a lot. It taught me discipline. It taught me that I had to run and that I didn't like running. And, but I had really planned on staying in the Army for 20 years. At 29, that was going to be my future plan. But I developed back problems, and I just saw that I wasn't going to be able to continue in the Army after having surgery and still be able to walk, because I just felt that as soon as I was fixed, they were going to send me right back out and make me to do the things that were going to cause me to be unfixed once again. So even though in that 5 years I was able to almost be at promotion for E6, I had to make the decision that for the sake of my back, that I couldn't continue doing that, because it is very hard on a person. And if you already have problems, it's going to cause you some issues. So I got out of the Army back in 1998, and I moved to the Greensboro, North Carolina area, where I found a job working in a paint company. Started out as a customer service rep, and then a couple years later, they allowed me to apply for a job in the quality lab, something that a customer service person had never done or been hired to do. And I think that some of the people that were in charge of these things just saw something in me, and they gave me a chance. So I worked in the quality lab for the last probably 12 years that I was there. In 2013, I was able to walk away from the job. But, you know, I've always felt that as I always worked super, super hard. I'm a second child. If people are second children, you know, we have that chip on our shoulder. You know, the oldest child always gets all the attention. They're the one that everybody loves. Because my sister Jackie, your grandma loved her more. Mom and dad loved her more. And then there were two little ones that came along after that. I had a chip on my shoulder because I thought nobody loved me. So I always thought that I had to prove myself. I busted my butt in high school to get straight A's so I could make my dad proud. And this also went on into my jobs. I would just work extra hard, always be the person that they could call in at the last minute, always worked on the holidays. And I just felt that I had to do that and that I had to prove myself. Till I found network marketing in 2011 and started doing pretty good with the company that I was working with, to the point where I was making more a month than I was at that company. And it kind of made me think, wait a second, I don't deserve to be taken advantage of and be underappreciated and over. And something just happened one day, and I just snapped and I said, this is enough. And I walked off the job that day. I was in February of 2013, and here 5 years later, I'm still working for myself full-time from home. And it's just been amazing.
Wow. So I can relate so much with your story. Not so much the childhood part. I had kind of a chaotic life there, but we're both Army, and we both went into insurance, which is crazy. And gosh, you do learn so much in the military, and it is incredibly hard on a person. And so those of you who don't know what the Army does to you, you've got to hike sometimes 12 miles with a 50-pound rucksack on your back. And of course, they always take the long road around everywhere.
On top of that, though, Jenna, I was a photojournalist. And back in those days, a digital camera was like this big and had a Nikon on top of it. So I had like a 20-pound camera. So on top of the rucksack and all the other stuff, I had probably an extra 30 pounds in camera equipment and had to march with that also.
And your weapon. Let's not forget that.
Exactly. It's tough.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy. I think anybody that goes through that experience, you just come out of that mentality or out of that experience just thinking, okay, I can do anything.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
I've already pushed myself to the limit. Like, I didn't think I could do this, and I've done it. So now the sky's the limit. And that was my takeaway, and clearly was your takeaway from the military experience
Right.
as well. So let's move on to a little bit about, and then you've mentioned this a little bit kind of already, but what were some of the biggest challenges you faced in life, and how did you overcome them? Because I feel like you said, today, right? Kids today, it's crazy. My family is all teachers in California, and they're dealing with the school districts where the kids are literally just, they're killing themselves. They don't know how to handle anything. That's the answer, is just to not even get through it. So times have changed since when we were kids and when you were a kid, but maybe not when you were a kid, but even in your adult life as well. What were some of the biggest challenges that were really instrumental to kind of shaping you into the person that you are now?
I do think, like I mentioned, I do think it was a big challenge being that little girl who felt that nobody loved them. Even though I know now that that's not even the case, but I carried that through in my life till probably just 5 years ago or so. And what I learned was I was living in negativity, and I was living in the past and living with things that happened that they were a figment of my imagination. But I allowed myself to let that build up and to believe that for all these years. And I was probably, I'll be 55 in November. So I was probably 50, 51 years old before it finally hit me that being negative and holding on to all these things, whether they're in your imagination or not, it's no way to live. And I just started to work on myself and being a more positive person, and just trying to be a happy person and let go of those things. And it's made a huge difference. I think that people who have known me for like maybe the last 5-6 years have probably seen a big change in me. And I preach it on my timeline on Facebook every day. Every day I try to do a good morning inspirational message, because I want to share that positivity with the world. And if it can touch one person, the message that I might post, then totally, it makes me feel so good. Some days I'll post something not thinking of it. It's just something that I think is a good message, and I'll post it and someone will say, "You have no idea how much I needed to see that today." And that just makes, my heart, it just makes me feel good. It's almost like I'm being led to post that particular post because there's someone that needs to see it. And just learning from those experiences that your life is going to be what you make it. And if you make your life all sad and bad and, oh, I've had a hard life and life's not fair, then that's how your life is going to be. But if you work on yourself and your attitude and stay away from drama and negativity and just try to be a more positive person, you're going to see it's going to come naturally, because that's how it was for me. So I do believe that being able to put aside the past and change my whole outlook on things has been one thing that has very much shaped me. And also, mentioning when I was married, as much as it was hard back in those days, being the breadwinner, the majority of the breadwinner, I wouldn't change it for the world, because I do think that that's what taught me to be so fiercely independent and, to be able to be on my own, a single woman, and not require the help of anyone to help me get by. So I definitely learned some valuable lessons there too. And it all did shape me to what I am today.
You are preaching to me directly. I feel like I can relate to this so much. And I know everybody that is watching this now on Facebook Live, we've got lots of people on watching this. And I know we can.
Don't tell me how many. You'll make me
I won't tell you. I won't tell you. It's just us here. No one else is here. But yeah, it gives you perspective. And I think that's the most important thing is, I used to be bitter too about my past. And I think we've just kind of lived with our programming from either just our environment or from the news or the media or whatever things are happening in our world. We kind of get brainwashed a little bit and we start to believe that version of reality, which is the whole point of the Escape Your Matrix group. It's get out of your own way, basically. And these are the experiences that lead us to become what we are today. It gives you the confidence that if I can do that, then I can do anything. And it's just amazing to see your growth. And I've seen a tremendous amount of growth, even since we've met, a lot of growth in you. And I think that's, inspiring for many people, because a lot of people, they feel like they're stuck and they don't know how to get out of their own way. And it's just literally a mindset shift. It's a decision. It's a conscious choice that I'm not going to continue on this path, and that if Judy can do it, if she can come from this place of negativity and self-doubt and fear, if she can come from that and turn that into inspiration, and now it's not your past, it's now your testimony. And that's what leads people on to make those changes in their own lives. And it creates that chain reaction across the whole world, ripple. Just, we may not be the whole ocean, but many multiple drops become the whole ocean. So I love that you've been able to shift, because you didn't become the statistic of what people say, well, this is my life, this is my reality, oh well, this is it. You fought against that and became something else completely. So kudos to you for that. So shifting gears back onto the network marketing side a little bit. You've been in network marketing, you said 5-6 years now. What made you want to join My Daily Choice? What did you see in our company, I guess, versus what you were doing before? Or what made you decide? I mean, it sounds like even with past bad experiences, you decided you still believed in the industry and
Right.
you still believed in yourself. So why MDC? I think a lot of people would like to know that.
Well, Jenna, I'd never heard of MDC before.
Many haven't.
To be totally honest with you. And I did do a few little network marketing things over the years, but I never understood what it was. I was like thinking, wait, what do you mean? I have to buy product and use products so I can tell other people about it? So I was never any success in anything that I ever tried until 2011, when I did join a company. It was a totally different industry. But that 6.5 years that I was in that company really was the stepping stone to where I am, when I was able to join MDC. Like you said, Jackie told me, you remember that girl, Jenna, that was in XYZ company? I said, yeah, with the short blonde hair. And she was like, yeah. She said, well, did you know that she lives here in Las Vegas now? And she's married to that Josh Swago guy with that My Daily Choice. And I was like, oh, okay, I didn't know that. But then she says, they have CBD oil. I was like, oh. She said, well, she's coming over this afternoon. I was taking Jake to the vet that morning. He kept developing a growth on his butt, and we had to, we did many surgeries on him. And I had been reading up on CBD oil. Everybody had said, try CBD oil, it might help. So when she told me that just automatically, that was something I wanted to go, and I wanted to talk to you. So what brought me to MDC? CBD oil. And the fact that I wanted to try, I want to start giving it to all my dogs, just to help possibly give them a better quality of life. And, I started using it myself right away. I wasn't so much, to be honest with you, I was a little bit burnt out after the past 6.5 years. I reach, and then things start changing, and you no longer really know what your place is any longer. Not to mention, my sister was a superstar in that company, and pretty much from the start, I was kind of in her shadow. So she was just amazing, and I was just kind of in the background. So I was ready. I don't know what I was ready for. MDC just kind of happened because I wasn't looking to join a new network marketing company. But you showed me those products, and I immediately fell in love with them. And I went home that day, and I decided I'm going to sign up. I'm going to join this company. I'm going to try these products. But I wasn't really thinking about building a business that much till I started looking at the comp plan and all the products. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to do this. And I told Jackie, I said, you know what? I'm going to let everybody know that that I found these products and I'm gonna post about it. And she says, why don't you do a live video? Yeah, why don't I do a live video? So last year on June 13th, I sat right here in this kitchen and I did a live video just to let everybody know, guess what? I'm trying something new. And I don't know that much about it, but this is some stuff that I've learned. And I had so many people watch that live video, and people started joining me like crazy because people had been researching CBD. It's a hot thing. It's a hot product.
Right.
And never in a million years did I think that people would want to join me. And it's just been crazy and nuts ever since.
Yeah. And what I love about your story with your dogs is, and with our pet products, period, is dogs don't lie for commission.
Right.
You can see if it works on your dog or not. They're not going to fake being sick. They're either sick or they're feeling better. You can tell. I mean, we have video proof of dogs that have got arthritis that are, that can't get outside and play. And after they're taking our product, of course, they're running around again. And it's just incredible to see. So I love that your passion for your pups is what brought you into the business. And it wasn't just the comp plan that made you look for an opportunity. You were looking for a solution to help your family, basically, which your dogs are your family. You were looking for something to help, very product-based. And I think that has always been the heart of our business is we're a product-based company more than an opportunity-based product, for instance. So yeah, I remember that live video, and it totally went viral. And people are like, what is Judy doing in CBD? Like, what is going on? I don't think anybody expected you to shift gears from what you were doing. And then also taking the lead this time, coming out of that, background shadow and taking the front, like, I can do this myself. And I love that you make those decisions quick too. Like, you're like, I'm joining the Army, so I'm joining tomorrow. I'm going to do HempWorks and MDC. I'm going to join now. And you're the kind of person that just sees the vision, commits, and then doesn't quit until it happens. And I love that. So truly inspirational. Couple more questions for you, Judy, and we're going to let you go because we don't want to take up all your time here. But what's the biggest factor to your success? Everyone wants to know. You have hit super affiliate the fastest, and you are the first. And you came in at the best time, I would say, just to get involved. What was your biggest factor to going from where you were in your life to 6 figures a month now, which is basically what the income is for a super affiliate? We have an income disclosure to prove that, of course. So, but yeah, what were the biggest factors in your success?
Well, obviously, I never expected everything to turn out the way it did. I knew it was good product. And like I said, after I talked to you, I came home and I started researching, and I saw so many great things about CBD oil. And I knew that it was a product that could help so many people out there who are my friends or followers on Facebook, people who have issues. I'm not going to name the issues, but a lot of people have issues that cause them to have maybe their daily lives could be a whole lot better if they could get rid of some of these issues. And I figured if this product could possibly help someone have a better quality of life, then this is a way for me to share and make someone else's life better. But the reason for my success, I do believe, is that caring for other people. I don't believe that 75 people, that's roughly about 75 people, would have joined me in this company in my first 2 weeks in the business. From June 13th to the end of the month, with June 30th of last year, I had like 74 people that joined this business. And it's not because I, started messaging people and saying, hey, you need to join this business with me. We can make a killing. That's not what happened. The success came from those people that I had worked with before, and they knew that I was a person that was passionate about helping others, whether it's with their health or, the issues that they might face, but really passionate about helping others and see others succeed and helping to lift others and being very supportive. And that's just the way we did it for 6.5 years, my sister and I. We had a big team in another company, and we were just very supportive, and it was our life. We get up in the morning and we would work, all hours of the day just to try to help our team. So the biggest reason for my success are the people who joined me. I didn't make Super Affiliate on my own. Without the team, the wonderful people that believed in me and trusted in me, without them, I would have never succeeded in the business. So I don't take any of this credit. I give all of the credit to the people who believed me and trusted in me and wanted to be a part of this amazing business.
Well, I think it does help that you built actual authentic relationships along the way. And I think the mistake that most network marketers make is, oh, I'm in business, I'm going to post, and then I'm going to be, I'm going to be rich tomorrow. And it doesn't work like that, because, there's a saying in our industry that goes around a lot, and nobody cares how much you know until they know how much you care. And that's the secret to my success as well. I mean, if you literally just put other people first, you forget about yourself for a little bit, and you look for ways to be a problem solver in somebody else's life. You see a need and you have a solution. I mean, it's a perfect match. And that's really all it is, just trying to get to that heart of somebody else. And you've built yourself on authentic relationships, and people can see that. They know that you're not the flashy networker that's at every event, right? They know that you're not the professional that's been groomed for the last 10 years to talk a certain way, dress a certain way, be a certain way, which grosses me out too. Like, I love that you've been able to be authentically you and attract the people in your life and in your business that have been supporting you because they trust you. You built every relationship based on that trust because they know that you wouldn't lead them the wrong way. And so when you went live and said, I'm getting behind this movement, everybody was just like, if Judy's getting behind it, I can get behind it, because I know she will do her research. She's already vetted it. And we can trust that. And that's just amazing. So last question for you. And actually, let me just do one really quick that wasn't on our little agenda. But John Burns is asking, what was our MOS? What was your MOS, Judy? You said photography, but what was that?
I was a photojournalist.
Okay.
So I was a photojournalist. So I started out writing sports stuff. But my last year there at Fort Hood, Texas, I was actually asked to be the editor of the Post newspaper, which was a civilian job. They had fired the civilian editor that morning, and the lieutenant colonel called me in his office, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm in trouble. I didn't know, what did I do? Second child, you've always done something, right? And I sat down, and I was so nervous, and he said, we let so-and-so go this morning, and we'd like to ask you to be the editor of the paper. And I was like dumbfounded, and I'm thinking, why me? What did I do to deserve their trust in me? But I couldn't exactly say no. So I was actually the newspaper editor. So that's 46 Quebec.
Wow, that's amazing. And to also answer that, 42 Alpha Human Resources, I paid people, that was my job, payroll, basically. So last question, what is your best advice, Judy, for somebody that are maybe new to this industry or now watching you live here and thinking, okay, she sounds like a regular person that I can relate to. She's, wasn't always successful. She didn't come from wealth. So if she can do it, I can do it. What is your best advice for somebody that's now looking to get involved in our industry? If they want to go from hardship to success like you have, what's your best advice for them?
Well, I think if someone has never done this sort of business before, it's really important for you to find someone that you connect with, to mentor you, and to find product that you can be passionate about. It's got to be something that you're going to use yourself, and you can have a story. And our product is definitely a product like that. And I really just think you have to look at it. Don't come into a business thinking about how much money you can make, because you will be very upset. So many people get into this business thinking I can get in and I'm going to make tons of money just like that. But it does take work. It's something that it doesn't feel like work, because I love what I do. But my best advice when joining a business like this, and I think everyone should join our business because it is the best, is to really be an authentic person, someone that wants to help people, because our products help people. And if you can go into the business with a giving heart, and people are going to be drawn to you, they're going to trust you, and they're going to believe in you. Be a product of the product, use the product, have your testimonial. Don't try to rush it. Things don't always happen overnight. My story is not normal. I made super affiliate in 9 months, but people want to know, how did you do that in 9 months? It wasn't a 9-month process. It was a 7-year process, because everything that I had done since 2011 really led up to me being able to find success in a short amount of time here at My Daily Choice. So if you're just trying to get into a business to get rich quick, it may not be the right business. But if you're ready to get into a business with people who are amazing, people who are there to help and support you, great products, amazing compensation plan, I've never seen anything like it. And our CEOs, Josh and Jenna, are constantly doing things to improve. I've seen this go from a company that, what'd you have, like 40, 50 orders a day, to I don't even know how many orders they're getting a day now. But I have seen the company evolve from working out of their home with a virtual office to having a huge warehouse, having someone else ship product to having a warehouse where they ship all their product, and it's just going to get bigger and better. And oh my gosh, I just can't wait to see the future of this company. I know there are so many other ways that we can help people, not just through CBD. We have our daily nutritional sprays that are helping people, but I see a lot of things in the future coming down. And I know that you all are. It's My Daily Choice. So it's not just about hemp oil. It's also about all the great things that we're going to have, that we're going to be able to help people with in the future. So I do think this is the business to be in. Get in it, be authentic, build relationships with people, let people know you care. Because it's like Jenna said, they don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. It does really go a long way for people to trust you.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for taking your time and sharing your amazing story with us. We really appreciate you. And you guys, if you are on the fence about this opportunity, go talk to Judy. Judy knows this business inside and out at this point. And if somebody shared this video with you or invited you to this video, get back with that person and work with them if that's what you need to do. But thank you guys for hopping on, and we appreciate each and every one of you taking time out of your day to watch this. And we will see you again next Wednesday in our group live 6 p.m. But stay in touch with Judy, as she's going to launch some next training coming up soon with her team as well. So, all right, guys, we'll see you on the next video. Have a good rest of your weekend. Bye, guys.
Thanks again for inviting me.
See ya.